again, much love to Give Us a Shot Network, Germ, and all the love from the network so far. Much love to you guys for letting us host this platform and host this premiere episode with a very, very special guest. I have been waiting to talk to this girl for a little over a year now. I've been jumping through hoops of fire and praying to the basketball gods and doing my yoga and making sure I'm aligned and prepared for this blessing, because my Lord. My Lord, I've been watching basketball. I've been in this basketball thing all my life, and I've been tapped in with women's basketball almost all my life. I've been up close and personal with some of the best ever, and just like some top high major BCS coaches have told me, who I've talked to about this girl, just like they've said, I've never seen anything like this girl. Flat out, I just haven't. And it's not about better or comparing. It's just about what this girl can do. She is special. So after, as we used to say in the church, after the next selection from the choir, the next voice that you will hear is that of the 5-star, the only high school player signed to the Jordan brand right now, the product herself, Miss Kiyomi McMiller.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Doing good.
Dwayne Marcus, we absolutely must protect our queen, Miss Kiyomi McMiller.
We will. Absolutely.
Kiyomi, how you feeling, girl?
I'm feeling good. Glad to be on the show.
Glad to have you here. Man, we're so glad to have you here, girl. Listen, I want to jump right into it. And I want you to just go ahead and just lay it out, paint the picture for me, girl, because I have questions that I need answers to from you. Please just tell me how you got like this. Just take me back to where it started. Dribbling, feel, basketball, hand speed. Just take me all the way back and tell, like, how did you get like this? Like, lay it out for me.
So when I first started playing in a church league in like kindergarten, and then after that, my first time playing AAU was in first grade on my third grade team that my parents coached. They coached me in kindergarten too, but that was my first time playing AAU. We got smashed a lot. I'm not gonna lie, we did. But being how I am, my dad, he grew up around a lot of players, a lot of really good players, and he took stuff from them and taught the stuff to me. And he took stuff from the players he used to watch growing up, and he taught me all those things.
Wow, and you were just picking them up naturally? I mean, what do you remember? What do you remember learning first? Like, what was he showing you?
We did a lot of like footwork stuff. A lot of footwork.
Like, give me an example. What's something that you did a lot?
I can't let the secrets.
Oh, you can't give them just something basic, just a little something. Not a secret. Just something.
I can't do that. Maybe later on in time.
Okay,
Martin. These secrets are more locked down than Grandma's cookie recipe. She's not letting these secrets out. Martin. She's not letting these secrets out.
I understand.
She's not letting these secrets out.
I'll give you one. I'll do one. We used to work on a lot of like jabs. I'll say that. A lot of jabs.
Okay, that makes sense, because I'd be seeing you jabbing the souls out of girls. Like, Jesus.
So, Kiyomi, you have a very unique skill set, like a skill set that not many players on either side, like the men's side or the women's side, have. And and because you started at such a young age, like, it's gotten to the point now where it looks like you mastered it. Like, we were talking on one of our clips how it looks like you just go out there and it's just second nature to you. Do you have, when you're bringing the ball up the floor, is there a specific thing you're trying to do, or does it all just come like it's like just a thing, like it just happens, and next thing you know you're at your spot dropping the bucket? Like, what does that look like for you?
So people actually ask me that a lot. It's really, I'm reacting on what the defender does. Like, if the defender plays me a certain way, then I kind of already know what I'm gonna do. Like, I have a thought of what like move I might want to do, but however the defense is reacting, however they're playing me, I know exactly what I'm going to do. So, and I know where I want to go always.
Wow, yeah. So, I mean, what do you say to all these people who just cannot stand and got to deal with and fight off. But what do you say to people who feel like you can't play the way you play at the next level?
I really don't listen to that, because I don't listen to any of it because it's stuff that just doesn't matter. You can't come and tell me you watching my videos and stuff, and you're telling me, oh, you can't do this, and she's never gonna be able to do that. People said the same thing about Michael Jordan. He'll never be able to win a championship because he scores too much. He goes and he wins 6. So people saying I can't do certain things that I'm gonna prove you wrong. I played up, however, I played up 6-7 years, and people thought I couldn't do that, but I did it.
So you're again, like, so when we talk about critics, right? We talk about, you hear all the time. Actually, like LeBron even talked about on his barbershop show how like he's looking for that one person in the crowd every time he goes to a game to feed off of that. Is that something that you are constantly like feeding off of, or is it something that you just like let roll off and you just do like what you know that you know how to do, which is be one of the best players in the country?
Can you repeat the? It was
the last part.
The
last
whole
part.
thing. I kind of couldn't hear it.
Right, no, that's no fine. So we're talking about critics. So like there's a lot of players. LeBron's talked about it. Kyrie's talked about it, like how they just show up to every arena they go to, and they're just looking for somebody that they know is hating on them, and then they go out there to try to prove them wrong. Like, is it a goal of yours to prove the critics wrong, or is it just you're just out here playing basketball, and whether they believe in you or they don't, like that's not any of your concern?
It kind of, I feed off of that a little bit, but it doesn't really concern me because they're saying the things I can't do, but I already know I can do it and I prove it. Like, you just got to go back and like, people like comment and say stupid things like, let's watch a highlight of you passing, just making a pass. I'm not the one recording myself, guys. Like, wait, you want me to have a GoPro in the game and record myself as I'm making a pass? Like, no one does that. So like those things that they say is just, I don't even really worry about it.
But I'm glad you said that too, Kiyomi, because one thing I tell everyone who asks me about you, and I've only seen you play in person once. I came to see you last season.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, Kiyomi, as talented as you are, I noticed that one, you really enjoyed playing the game. Two, your teammates enjoyed playing with you. Like, I saw you making pitch ahead passes. I saw you making unselfish plays, right? And everyone sees that we love the dribbling and the highlights and stuff. That's our culture. But I also see you playing the game the right way. And I don't think a lot of people realize that you do that. So can you just talk about like just your approach to the game in terms of your love for it and how you were taught to play the game?
I would say first with that, because you said people just they don't understand. They're just seeing highlights. Like, highlights, it's just most of the time it's of like, you know, scoring and stuff. Maybe I made a pass, but if you come to the whole game, you'll see I'm passing, I'm scoring, I'm making the right play. My parents taught me to make the right play, like make the right decision. So if the right decision is for me to score, then I'm gonna make that decision. But if the right play is to make the pass, I'll make the pass. Like, I'm playing the game. I know what I'm doing. Like, people can't tell me I'm not doing the right. Like, I've been taught the right way. I know I've been taught the right way. So, and it's working. So you can't. It's working.
It is, girl. I give you credit, because if I could dribble like you at your age, I wouldn't be passing to nobody. They wouldn't see nothing. Lord, I'll be shooting 60 times a game, Marcus. God,
that's a good point, Martin. I'm glad you mentioned that, because there are a lot of players who have really great handles at such a young age on the high school level, on the college level, and they struggle with being able to, like you said, Kiyomi, make the right basketball play, to look up and pass the ball. Was that like a difficult thing for you early on, of like getting used to giving up the ball to make the right pass, or has that just always been a thing of like, I'm always just going to do, like, it's not about me, it's about the success of the team?
It's yeah, it's not. It's a team game. I'm not. You can't win without your team. It's a team game. Like I'm not. People might think I'm being selfish, but I'm not. It's the right play at the time that it is. If the right play is for me to go inside and score a layup against three people, then that's the right play. But I'm not making the pass on purpose. Like I know who I'm playing with. I know what my teammates can do. Like what is it? KYP, know your personnel. Like I know who my teammates are. So you can't tell me to make a certain pass that I know what's gonna happen. Like you're not in the game. So
Kiyomi, let's talk a little bit just about the recruiting process. I know you recently put out your top 7 schools. Just give us a sense of what you're looking for in a college. And people are girl, I'm interested. I'm trying to figure out where you're going. I think I know where I want you to go, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be and let God. But just give us any insight just in terms of what you're looking for in terms of a college.
so all the schools that I have, they're all coaches that I trust. I'm really big on trust when it comes to the college that I'm gonna pick. All these coaches have either known me and my family for a long time, or they've built a relationship where I believe that they're telling me the truth. Because I don't want to go to a school where I don't I don't want to go to a school where they're gonna tell me one thing and then I get there and I'm riding the bench. Like go to a school that you know you're actually gonna play at. So that's kind of how I'm picking. That's how I'm gonna end up picking my school.
There have been a couple of comments on some of the posts that we've made about you about certain people wanting you to go to certain schools, and there are certain schools that you've mentioned in the past that you are, when asked, you were kind of very you don't care because like you want to go, like you said, you want to go where you're going to be loved and appreciated and respected for your game. Can you talk about that part a bit? Like, did that at all a part of the recruiting process that bother you, that there were certain schools that weren't actively recruiting you, or are you again, like, was it just I want to focus on the places that do want me and want me to be the best version of me that I can be?
No, because why would I want a school to recruit me just cause? If you know you're not gonna play me, why even bother? That's just a waste of my time and yours. So it's no point of even bothering to recruit me.
Kiyomi, who are some of your like favorite players? Who are some of the most I'm assuming the most creative players are some of your most favorite, but just tell me some of your favorite players.
So favorite, actually I'll do both.
Okay.
So some of my most, well, okay, all time.
All time.
All right. So my favorite players is Michael Jordan, Kyrie, KD, Dr. J. Those are my 4.
Ooh,
And
hey.
I'll say
That's a stacked 4. That's a stacked 4.
they're all people I take a little something from. But I'll say the most creative. I'll do all time and right now. Of the game right now, I'll say Kyrie, Steph, Chris Paul, Luka, and Jokic. They're some of the most creative people of the game now. Of all time is Magic, Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Jason Williams, Rod Strickland, and Pistol Pete.
Ooh.
That's a list. That's a list.
God.
That's a list.
God in there.
That's a list.
Yes.
I want to ask you this question. It's kind of similar. I've asked Martin this question, and Martin loved this question when I asked him. So I want to ask you this as well. Your bag, of course, as you know, because you've been working on it for a long time, your bag is very deep, and there's a bunch of different things in your bag offensively. If you had to rank, like, who would you say have the 5 best bags right now in basketball?
Right now, this game?
Right now, in today's game, yeah.
We're going to say Kyrie, Steph, KD. I'm going to put Chris Paul in there because he be doing stuff I don't think people really be paying attention. So I'm gonna put him in there too. And then I'm gonna say Damian Lillard. I'll put him in there too.
Ooh. When you think of bag, because a lot of people talk to me about this too, like what comes to mind first? Like, is it handle, is it scoring, is it a combination of both, shot creation? Like what do you think of first with the bag?
Initially, yes, ball handling, but then when you think about it, it's ball handling, then that leads to scoring, then that leads to IQ, then that leads to decision making. So all of those things, I would say, that's all into one.
That's why Chris Paul belongs in. That's why Chris Paul belongs in there. Like that makes sense. That's a good list. That's a great list, actually.
That's a great list. I don't think there's many people that would put Chris Paul on that list. There's not many people that would put Chris Paul on that list. I love that. I love that a lot. Let's step off the court for just a second. Everybody's got a routine. Everybody's got a athletes are probably the most superstitious people on the planet. They got to their lucky socks, lucky jerseys, whatever the case may be. For you, right? Let's talk music for a second here. What are your go-to songs or your go-to artists that you listen to lock you in and get you in the zone before a game?
So people actually ask me this question a lot too. I don't listen to music before games. I don't even listen to music when I'm in practice. It's just a distraction to me. I'd rather just when I'm in the gym alone, I hate when people come in and turn on music because it's just why? It's why you need it on. I know it's some people, yes, it helps them focus, but for me it's just annoying noise. So before the game, I'm just in the corner by myself working on my moves and visualizing what I'm going to do in the game and what I see happening.
Did you ever do something that surprised yourself? Did that ever happen to you?
I have a video of when I made a girl. I didn't think she was gonna fall how she did, and I ran back and they saw my reaction.
How did she? What did she? I don't even want to. That sounds bad.
The whole video, you can see it's me in the house. We like to say it's a story. The basketball game is a story, and there's chapters in between. So through the whole highlight, you can see her stumbling, and then the last clip of her guarding me, she falls. So it's it leads up to the fall. The girl after that, she was so nice, and every time I saw her, I said hi. The last time I saw her, I think was this year, and we had a whole conversation. She was a very nice girl.
Oh Lord, she's nice too. She's nice about it. Kiyomi, do you remember what you did to make her fall? You didn't expect her to fall?
It was just
the way she did. The way she it was the way.
It was just the way she fell. It was just that's what caught me off guard. But I don't remember what move I did. I don't know. It was just I just remember the whole time she was guarding me, she was just playing very hard defense. Mm-hmm. She was guarding me very aggressively, and that's why I got her to fall.
Yeah.
That's why.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
You have the Jordan headband on, Kiyomi. Martin mentioned at the top during your intro that you're the only high school athlete right now that is signed to the Jordan brand. What was that process like for you? What was that experience like for you leading up to you being signed with the Jordan brand?
Just being with the brand is incredible. This year I've gotten to do so much traveling, and I've just learned so much about the business of basketball. And my parents, they've tried to teach me about the business, but being with the brand takes it just to a whole different level.
And that's your favorite player.
Yeah.
All-time favorite player. And the girl I love this girl, man. Of course. On the subject of Jordan too, what what do you take? What are some things you took from his game? You say you take from something. You named your favorite players, and everyone you take something from. What were things that you watched with Jordan early on that you took from his game?
His jump shot, his fadeaway. Actually, I do post. I'm not in the post a lot, but I do post moves. I took some of the foot and his footwork too. That's a big part of the game. There's one play that I can say, like, there's a play where he's dribbling backwards, going between legs backwards against Larry Bird, like in the corner. I do that a lot, and me and my dad will talk about it, like that's something I do. So that's like watching him and then knowing that I do that. It was just like that's pretty cool.
I just want to ask this question because you mentioned your dad a lot, and it's a question I think is worth asking. I don't know. You ever beaten your dad 1-on-1?
All the time. he wouldn't agree. I talk trash to him like all the time too. We'll be driving the car one day. Cause I go in, I work out outside, and he'll say like silly stuff like, "Oh, this is the good weather." I'm like, "The good weather for what?" He'll say, "The good weather to get beaten." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You ain't beating me.
The weather ain't gonna help you." Kiyomi, wait. So how long have you been? How long have you been talking about your father like that? Lord, how long have you been beating?
He's always talking trash though. The last time he played me was like when I was probably in like middle school, and he beat me. But he's not gonna beat me now.
He's not beating you now. He's not beating you now.
And don't have on shoes, but he doesn't want to play though. I'll be like, so when's the next time we're gonna play? Say, not today. I don't have the right shoes. Oh,
he knows he's created a monster. He knows he's created a monster.
Kiyomi, your mom hooped as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's done. She's retired though. She doesn't really.
Yeah. She just coaches me now.
Yeah. What are some things that you kind of like take from your mom, like some of your main lessons from your mom and main lessons from your dad, like basketball wise?
You said lessons, right?
Yeah.
So for lessons, I would say, let me see. I'm trying to think. I would say one thing is what they both say is from a young age, it's always told me just to be humble. That was something they've always told me, and I really think about that a lot. Like seeing other players and how they talk, it's just like, to me, it's just unnecessary, and I don't like it.
Well, thank God for that, because like you wouldn't like me if I was playing like that at 7'16", boy. Yeah, humble.
You wouldn't be able to tell. You can barely tell Martin anything now.
And that's a fact. And that's that's
you put handles on Martin, so not even you putting the handles on Martin, you definitely wouldn't be able to tell him anything. Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Right.
Kiyomi, we've kind of talked about, of course, this entire conversation. You've definitely gone back to the family values and the family aspect and how important they are in your basketball upbringing. And basically, you kind of alluded to the fact that basketball is in your blood. If you had to leave a legacy behind, like what would you want your legacy to be when you're done with the game of basketball?
That I'm the greatest of all time, and I want people to know that you don't have to play the game a certain way. Like they really say it mainly to the girls. They always try to say they have to play a certain way, but that's not true. Another thing is when certain players play, I want to erase the whole idea of they're playing street ball. Like that's not, they'll say that like to me, and I'm just like, I'm doing everything within the rules, so it's not street ball. It's just not. You can't say something like figure out what street ball is, then say whatever you gotta say, because I'm not playing street ball. I'm playing within the rules.
Kiyomi, what going along with kind of like your legacy? And I kind of want to go back to like just the love of the game. You know, I train kids, I train girls who on all levels of the love spectrum when it comes to basketball. And you know what I'm talking about. Some people like the game, some people love the game, some people kind of like it, some people whatever, you know. And I'm talking about players, like people who say they want to go and do certain things. What you know, what would you say to young girls, especially who are coming up, who say they want to play at a certain level, who want to get to a level that you're at, or who want to be you know, a big time player? What are just some of the things, or just simple things that you would say to young girls that have those aspirations?
I would just say work hard, and you just got to set yourself apart. If there's a goal that you want to get to, you have to set yourself apart from everybody else. You can't just fall in line and do what everybody else does, because then you won't get to that goal.
You are you're giving us some great lists throughout the course of the conversation. There's one more list we're going to ask you for. Kiyomi, right now, as you know, women's basketball is definitely on the rise, between attendance, between viewership, between just overall interaction with the game. And one of the things that we like to do, of course, as you can tell from the show and the content, is we want to protect our queens, and we want to make sure that women's basketball gets the respect and the love that it deserves. So could you please, Kiyomi, give us your top 5 queens right now? Like, who would you say are your 5 favorite women's basketball players, or just people, women within the realm of basketball in general right now? Who would you say is on that top 5 for you?
Any women who are
Any
giving
woman.
that queen energy right now,
Yeah.
that give you that give
Player, coach, media personality, whatever it is, who are those people for you right
top 5 queens right now?
So I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's bad. It's bad because I can't really say that I watch the women's game very much, and I say that because it doesn't interest me. I don't see anybody really being creative, but I don't think it's the women's fault. I feel like they're being held back from being able to be creative. So I will shout out one person. I heard y'all talking about her earlier, Kira, Shakira Austin. I grew up around her, so I would say that's my buddy, and I hope she gets better. I'm really hoping that she'll get to play though.
Facts. What about just women? These don't have to be players, just any women that you're kind of motivated by and inspired by right now.
I would say my mom, my grandmother, and my 3 aunts, Raven, China, and Ashley.
That's great. We love to hear that. I keep looking at your headband, and I keep looking at this wall of Jordans I have. And I told Martin I wasn't going to ask this question, but I just want to know personally, do you have a favorite Jordan?
I do. Well, first I wanted to say one more person that had inspires me as well. Bianca Belair. I watch WWE, for the people that don't know who this is. So
No, you don't. You just made Marcus's whole. You just, oh my god, you don't know what you just did, bro. You watch WWE?
Yeah, I was actually watching it earlier,
No,
like just before.
No, you were not.
Just before, yeah, I was.
You just made his life. I mean, you don't even know what you did.
That's good. I would get up and go grab the belts I have, but this isn't about me. This is about me.
I'm like,
That
who is she talking about?
Yes.
You didn't even know.
Yes. Nah. That just made my night, and we're clipping it and we're putting it on socials, Martin. I better get a clip. I
posted a while ago, but I wasn't really. It was on WWE, but I just pointed out I saw Mutombo at WWE. But you can tell it's WWE, but I was just really pointing at him because he was just in the background. But to answer your question, my favorite Jordan is the midnight navy blue 11s. They're like velvet.
That's a great shoe.
Yeah.
That is a great shoe. Have you been to? I don't want to open this Pandora's box because we could be here for another 30 minutes. But have you been to a WWE event before?
One time. I have to go again. It was one time, a really, really long time ago, and I loved it. It was amazing. I really want to go back, and they keep coming down to Philly, so I have to go and see one soon.
Yeah.
Like it's funny because my sister, she watches it. Like the whole family watches it, but she keeps bugging me about it. She's like, "You have to hurry up and get tickets." Okay, I will.
See, I watched when I grew up back in the day, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker. Like that's my era. I can't keep up with what y'all got going on now.
Oh, with like Roman Reigns and the Uso, all them?
No. I don't know nothing about. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. No.
Do you acknowledge your tribal chief, Kiyomi?
Absolutely not. No.
No.